Hello everyone, it's been a while since I've posted a YouTube video, and so I thought we would start back with a tutorial. In today's video I want to share how to embroider using metallic thread, as metallic thread does have a reputation of being very tricky to embroider with. It's very prone to snapping and bird nesting and things like that, and generally has a reputation of being a difficult thing to work with. So why would you embroider with metallic thread considering it is so hard to use? Well, the simplest explanation is it's very pretty. Metallic thread gives your embroidery that kind of shimmer and pop that really kind of makes it stand out. You can see I like to use the colour gold a lot, but you can get metallic thread in loads of different colours. I have a few examples of different types of metallic threads here. These ones are Madeira's polyester metallic thread. This one is the brand I usually work with. This is Kingstar. I find this to be quite good. And then I've also got this lovely iridescent metallic thread I've used quite a few times as well, and this is by a brand called Isocord. So we'll be using all of these different threads in the video today. I thought I'd take one of my other designs. It's a fairly basic design, but you can see it's got a fill stitch, some fine detailing around the face and some satin stitch borders. It's also a relatively quick design to sew out. I thought we could sew this out in the different metallic threads. I know the colours will be different, but it's just for example purposes. All of the designs today I'm going to be sewing on acrylic craft felt with 2 layers of tearaway stabilizer. Before we set up our embroidery machines, I do think it's worth looking at why metallic threads can be a little bit more tricky to stitch out with. Most embroidery thread is either very soft and malleable, while metallic thread usually consists of an outer metallic layer bonded to a core, which is often something like polyester, and this makes the thread less flexible and more brittle, and so prone to breakages when you're running your embroidery machines at high speeds and higher tensions. Because as the thread is running the path through the embroidery machine, the repeated tight turns and rubbing can cause that metallic outer layer to break away from the core of the thread, and that's how you get your breakages. Which means our goal for this video is to establish how to make that path the thread travels through your embroidery machine as smooth and as frictionless as possible. What you'll need to get started is a good quality metallic thread. I'd say all of these threads are a good quality. The brands were Kingstar, Madeira and Isocord. The next thing you might want to try if you're having difficulty is using a needle with a wider eye to reduce that friction as the thread passes through the eye of the needle. These are a kind of like a medium weight needle. They are the 8012 industrial needle, which I use on my embroidery machine. Sometimes I swap to these when I'm using denim or embroidering on hats, or if I am embroidering metallic thread on denim, I do find that these are quite good at reducing thread breaks. If you are using a single needle embroidery machine, then perhaps get a separate thread stand from your embroidery machine. As I know a lot of single needle machines, the where the thread sits on the machine, it sort of sits sideways like that, and that can sometimes lead to increased friction when the thread is unspooling, and so possibly getting a separate thread stand so that your thread is upright like this when you're sewing helps to let the thread unwind more smoothly. A lot of metallic threads also come with these nets which sit over the threads like this. Sometimes these work, sometimes they don't. They are supposed to prevent the thread tangling and help to control the thread in case it unwinds too quickly. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they can create more tension on the thread and so lead to thread breaks. So really it's one of those things, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't feel like you have to use them. I am setting up my 15 needle Happy Japan HCU, which is obviously a very big embroidery machine, and I understand a lot of people watching this video have single needle embroidery machines or smaller multi-needle embroidery machines. So even though I'm using this large embroidery machine, I just want to make you aware that the stuff I say in this video applies to all machines trying to use the metallic threads. For your first project, it will be easier if you choose a relatively simple design. Metallic thread works especially well for outlines and lettering and borders and small decorative details. And even though you can embroider any design with metallic threads, it helps if you avoid extremely dense designs, tiny lettering and repeat stitching over the same areas, as these factors can place extra stress on the thread. There are also two adjustments you can make to your embroidery machine itself to make it more metallic thread friendly, shall we say. First of all, you want to start by slackening off the top tension. Don't make any really dramatic changes, just slacken it off slightly and see how it goes. If the thread is running well, great. If not, then slacken it off a little bit more. And you can also reduce the speed your embroidery machine is running at to reduce that kind of friction we talked about earlier. On the Happy Japan embroidery machines, on all of their embroidery machines, you have the ability to individually adjust needle speeds. Hang on. So this embroidery machine has a top sewing speed of 1,500 stitches per minute, which is very, very fast. It really only works with very durable polyester threads, not suitable for metallic threads at all. So we are running our metallic thread of needles 1, 2 and 3 on this embroidery machine, and so I am going to decrease the needle speed to about, say, 700 stitches per minute on each needle. This is really handy because now all of my metallic threads will be running at slower speeds, but then when I swap needles onto a different type of thread, like say my usual rayon threads that I use, the machine will then speed back up, so I'm not wasting any time sewing at slower speeds. You can also individually adjust top needle tensions on the Happy Japan HCU2 via the touchscreen. You don't have to manually turn anything. It's all done digitally in the touchscreen. So I am going to reduce the tension to, say, about 12. The default setting is 15. And we'll see how that goes. It's really nice because I find when you're just sort of turning the top tensioner, there's a lot of guesswork involved with this. You can see exactly what tension setting you're using and then replicate it the next time you want to use the same thread. I've uploaded that sun skull cat embroidery design onto my embroidery machine via a USB stick, and I just wanted to share how this USB looks. This is my old faithful friend missing the front part of it. I have been through, after this broke, I thought, right, I'm going to do the sensible thing. I'm going to buy new USB sticks. I bought a pack of 3 because there's no way this is going to last for much longer. So I bought the pack of 3 USB sticks, transferred all of my designs over onto the new USB sticks. Every single one of those USBs have broken, and yet this one that I think cost me about £5, if even that, is still running. Make it make sense. Great start. Let's try again. So it turned out the reason why the thread jumped out of the eye of the needle was because I put the needle in back to front. Cut that a little bit shorter. And let's try again. So the machine stopped sewing, and at first I thought it was a thread break, but it's not. I think the machine has, by the looks of it, just run out of bobbin. So far, so good. There we go. Oh no, it hasn't. Oh, how strange. Well, we didn't get a thread break, and the bobbin hadn't run out. So I don't really know what that was all about. We're going to set it back a little bit. And go again. Okay, so that's the second time it stopped. And it's doing a fill stitch. We know it's got bobbin. So why would it stop? I'm going to try putting the thread net over it, see if that makes any difference. Because it might be, actually it could be that the tension is too loose. So first of all, we're going to put the tension up 1 to 13, press OK, and if that doesn't work, then I'll try using the thread net. If you find the thread is jumping out of the eye of the needle a lot, there is something else you can do. This option wasn't available on my single needle embroidery machine, but I'm sure there are other brands that do this. You can increase the length of the thread cut so that when the machine does a trim, it leaves the length of thread a little bit longer, so it's more easily picked up by the bobbin. I think the key with metallic thread, if you're new to using it, is just have a lot of patience with it and be prepared to be adaptable and try new things and be ready to do a fair amount of problem solving. Right, unfortunately I didn't get a lot of footage of this sewing out because somebody knocked the door when it was going and I forgot to pause the machine. I just let it run and it ran all the way through without a single stop. So that's good, that's what we wanted anyway, because by the time the guy left it was finished. So there we are. Oh, I quite like it in red. Looks very kind of a bit, I don't know, bit macabre, bit more macabre. Bit eerie, bit demonic. Yeah, I like that. I like the shine on it as well. It's a lovely shiny thread. In fact, I think I prefer this combination to that combination because although I like that iridescent look, so I see the black showing through it a bit. And that's the digitizing thing. I'd have to add more underlay or something like that. But with this one, yeah, can't see the black so much. Just get that lovely shiny effect. Next, I started sewing out a new design that I had never stitched out before, and the iridescent isocord thread started giving me a bit of trouble. That thread had a lot of elasticity in it, so I slowed the machine down even more. I started running it at 600 stitches per minute, and that did the trick. When I'm sewing out a new design, I always like to test it on scrap material first. Whatever the finished product is going to be, I try to use the same material so I can see how the thread and the design is going to behave before I sew it onto the final product, just in case there's any issues. So that is the sum total of all of my knowledge on how to embroider with metallic threads. I do believe that metallic threads would perform differently if you were embroidering on different types of materials. So all of the projects were sewn out today on craft felt, but you might have to make some fine tuning, some fine adjustments if you were to embroider on different materials, for example, say denim or towels or polo shirts. If you would like to see a video of me embroidering on different materials, please leave a comment down in the comment section below, and that will be something I will cover in a future video. It would also really help me if you would consider subscribing to my channel, as it does support my channel's growth and it gives me the motivation to keep putting out this kind of content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.